Welcome to the Brand and Bloom podcast, where we build boldly and bloom fully. I'm your host, Ebony Rose, social media consultant, and your biggest cheerleader as you grow your brand from the inside out. Each week, we're diving into honest conversations, practical tips, and inspiring stories to help you show up real, rooted, and ready to thrive. Let's get into it. Welcome. My name is Ebony Rose. I am the host of the Brand and Bloom podcast. Sorry for that little confusion in the beginning, but I just wanted to come on today and just announce that I am doing this series on my YouTube channel, and I do not do anything for no reason, right? I rebranded my entire business. I built my Instagram from the ground up, literally deleted my old Instagram, started a new one, and really dug into the strategies, the analytics, the algorithm, all the things that it took to build up your Instagram from the ground up. I took, I would say, about almost a year to build it, and it was fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. And my purpose behind doing that was I wanted to reach those people, those small business owners, those solo entrepreneurs, those, people that are already established, but know that they need to have a social media presence. I wanted to speak to those people and be able to provide my expertise and talk about those pain points that they are facing when it comes to social media. And it could be a multiple number of things. They're dealing with fear. They're dealing with and struggling with being consistent and trying to show up and all these things, right? So that is what I wanted to focus on. So I said, let me start my podcast. Sorry, not my podcast. I'm a little distracted, but it's okay. Let me start my Instagram over. Let me build it from the ground up and literally take myself through this process so that I can then take others through this process, right? So that's what I did. That is what I did. I started in 2024. Rebranding myself. I believe it was June or July that I had started in 2024 where I said, you know what? I am just going to start this over. And it did not happen out of any coincidence. I've been looking into personal branding, and I wanted to really educate myself on what is a personal brand, because I didn't really know what a personal brand was, right? So I was doing a lot of research. I was like, okay, I want to listen to podcasts. I want to follow somebody that's doing this so I can learn from them, glean from them, so that I can take the steps to do this myself and then rebrand myself and start helping people do the same thing, right? So I stumbled upon this podcast, the Personal Branding Podcast by my good friend, Vatuone. And I started listening to some of her episodes, and I was just blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I needed. It was perfect timing. I could not have picked a better podcast to listen to. No, I'm not even kidding. Her podcast changed everything that I did with my brand. So I started listening to her podcast, and I ended up meeting her and, just beginning to follow her on her social media platforms and just seeing, how she went through her personal brand. I took some of her courses, and I really dug my heels into anything that I could that would feed me what I needed to know that would make me a better business owner, a better leader in this area, because literally, essentially what she was doing is what I wanted to do and how I wanted to help my clients. So needless to say, I took her course, I rebranded myself, and fast forward, 2025 was when I relaunched my entire brand, and it went off without a hitch. I created a 3-month program called the Build Up Program, and that name evolved so many times. It wasn't called the Build Up Program at first. I think it was the social media, something class or something. I don't even know. I can't even remember what it was called, but we landed on the Build Up Program. And I was so excited about that because I'm literally taking people through this journey, and we're building things up. We're building you up in the process, and we're building your brand up in the process. So it just made sense to call it the Build Up Program. So I decided to do a 12-week, 3-month program for 3 people each cohort. So I did 3 cohorts in 2025. And they were successful. I enjoyed every single minute of it because it was the start of something new. I was able to work with new people, which was a goal of mine from 2024 when I was doing my vision board. I said I want to work with new people. There were some people that I knew, but there were also a handful of people that I didn't know that were referrals to me, word of mouth, So I worked with new people and it was just amazing. I loved every single client that I worked with. Some I'm still working with to this day because they came back as returning clients, and I have only just begun. It is 2026 and I'm looking forward to hosting my 2 cohorts this year. I'm doing the spring and I'm doing the fall. So, that has evolved, and now it's evolved into even having a build-up retreat, which is going to happen this fall, which I'm very, very excited about. Last year, I did a build-up brunch where I had my clients come out. I thanked them for trusting me with their brands and with their time, and it was such a lovely experience. If you want to see pictures, you can go on my website under my blogs. I did write a blog about it, and I also have pictures on my Instagram, which you can find in the description of this podcast episode, or you can find me on social media. My handle is Ebony D Rose. So that's just a little backstory, a little context of how I started and where things are going. And I said all that to say, anytime I do something for myself or my brand, it's very, very intentional. It's not, just this out of the blue thing that I do. I did a whole rebrand. I deleted my Instagram and I started a new one. I took a challenge, with Anna Vatuone and her group. It was a voiceover challenge. I did that for 30 days. I posted for 60 days straight, twice a day. These things I'm not just doing to build myself up. Yes, that helps, and that's like a little icing part on the cake. But what I'm really doing is I need to be first partaker so that I can help my clients do the same thing, which I'm very, very proud of myself for even thinking of this strategy for how I run my business and my brand. So again, I say all that to say, I am now embarking on another, it's not 30 days because we're in February and there's only 28 days, but I am embarking on another journey because I am starting to work with people that want to build up their YouTube channels. And I said, okay, what better way to do this than to just go in, do a series and go live every single day talking about how you can show up for your business, right? So that's what I'm doing all of this month for February 2026. I will be going live every single day at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will be talking about how you can show up for your business and what are the things that are stopping you from showing up for your business and what consistency really is and what confidence really is, because it's not what you think it is. A lot of people have this idea of what those two things are, but it's really not that. So I dive into that. There's already episodes up there now. There's another one coming out today. So make sure you go check out my YouTube channel. Again, I'll leave everything in the description of this podcast episode. And you can always find my YouTube on all of my socials. It's Ebony D Rose. EbonyRose.com is my website. So feel free to check me out. But I just wanted to come on here and kind of give like a backstory about how I started and just like give you a snapshot of what I'm really about. I am really, really about building people up, building their confidence, helping them build their confidence, helping them build their brands, and leaving all of the fluff out. There's so much noise, social media noise about strategy, visibility, and hashtags, what not to do, what to do, algorithms, what to say, what not to say. Do we share, or do we just comment now? There's so much social media noise out there that I am here to kind of say, okay, you don't need to really worry about this right now because things are shifting. So let's focus on this, because people sometimes will come to me and they want to work on all the things. And I get it. I've been there. Like I want my hands in everything. I want to do a podcast. I want to do courses. I want to do a webinar. Like I want to go out and I want to do content sessions with my clients, and I want to have 4 cohorts back to back. Like I wanted to have all the things mapped out for myself. Insane. I can't do everything. I can't be all things to all people either. So, that is what I bring to the table when it comes to helping people build their brands, build themselves, right? Like it can be complicated if you allow it to be, or it can be what you exactly need. Like, what is it that you need? What is it that you need, right? Like you may not need to be on 4 platforms. You may only need to be on 1 platform. And that's the kind of things we talk through in my sessions with my clients. So this is just a little plug. I am starting my first cohort for my build up program in March. March 1st is when we open up. People can sign up. If you've already had your consultation with me and we've determined that this is a good fit for you, you're good to go. So if you are interested, spots are filling up. People are booking their consultations. I believe my Tuesday is like booked back to back, but I praise God for that. That is a blessing. I never complain about that because this is what I love to do. So thank you for tuning into this podcast episode. Please let me know what you thought of it. Please visit my socials, visit the YouTube page. Help me get to my goal by the end of this month, 500 subscribers. If I don't meet that goal, it's okay. But that is the goal that I'm setting for myself for this month. So thank you. Keep blooming, keep showing up for yourself, and I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for listening to the Brand and Bloom podcast. If this episode spoke to you, be sure to follow, leave a review, and share it with a friend who's building their own bold, blooming brand. You can always find me at ebonyrose.com or over on Instagram at ebonydrose. Until next time, stay rooted, stay real, and keep blooming.